If it's worth shooting once, it's probably worth shooting a lot.
An enemy has been slain.
You don't hurt him until...
An ally has been slain.
I might just drop in. Let me get in there. I'm going in. I got this one. Check the hit on this sucker.
An
Sometimes
enemy
how-
has been slain.
Leave it to me.
Up the mountain we go.
Where's the action? Watching our backs. Woo! Hi, can I borrow? Let's get in range. I dare you to dare.
Gems are truly, truly outrageous.
Things are heating up. Orders are more like guidelines, really. On lookout.
Enemy has been slain.
Let's get this party started.
Been slain.
The right Get in my way. I dare you. Woo! Line 'em up.
Been slain.
Walking tall. Ooh, I like the look of this, baby.
An enemy has been slain.
Wanna see the fireworks?
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Orders are more like guidelines, really. Nothing a little gunpowder won't fix.
Let me show you something.
Engage! The Ramble Gunner never turns tail.
Shut down. Slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Use all your plus two! Winners don't duck. Get in my way. I'm here.
Slain enemy. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Here comes the food.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I just need a point in the right direction.
Unstoppable. Double kill. Slain enemy.
Bring on the battle.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Where's the action? Let's get this party.
Godlike. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I answer for my cause. Now it's your turn.
Get in my way. I dare you. Who wears a helmet?
have slain an enemy.
For thousands of years, roads have provided a means for safer and more efficient movement of goods and people, but as you will see in a moment, this is not always the case. While some of the roads on our list are heavily travelled thoroughfares, others are remote, winding and narrow. Whatever the case may be though, the 10 most dangerous roads in the world will likely convince you that walking isn't really that bad after all. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. The literal English translation for the mile-long Guoliang Tunnel Road is "road that tolerates no mistakes." Built by 13 local villagers in the Taihang Mountains, many of whom died during construction, the chiseled mountain tunnel measures only 15 feet high by 12 feet wide, but rocks insane views of the Chinese landscape through 30 windows that were cut out of the cliff. Commonwealth Avenue, Philippines. To locals is known as Killer Highway, due to the high number of casualties and fatalities, thousands of deaths per year actually. That results from the heavy volume of traffic, a poor drainage system, which leads to heavy flooding during storms, hundreds of motorbikes that tour buses can't see, and even pedestrians walking nearby help contribute to the crazy number of accidents. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. The Skipper's Canyon Road, located in New Zealand, is unbelievably scary as it's made from a very narrow cut in the middle of a sheer cliff face. The road is all made of sharp turns and steep inclinations. This winding road actually requires a special permit to drive. If you do manage to get permission though, be ready for a slippery challenge, and good luck if you run into something coming in the other direction. Currently, this road is popular mostly among extreme tourists in search of adventure and adrenaline. Dalton Highway, Alaska. If we've learned anything from ice road truckers on the History Channel, it's that the roads in Alaska suck. Feel like getting away from civilization? Then this is the highway for you. Few roads in the world offer the degree of isolation as the James W. Dalton Highway. Make sure you pack plenty of supplies because there are only 3 villages along this 666-kilometer road through the wilderness. Linking Fairbanks and oil fields to the north, huge trucks are its main traffic. Giving them the right of way is one of the road rules, the other is taking survival supplies and knowing how to use them. Zojila Pass, Kashmir, India. This strip of rock is not the place for a Sunday drive. It's better suited to a Mars rover than any manned vehicle. It's 9 kilometers long, about 3,500 meters above sea level, and provides an important link between Ladakh and Kashmir, so you'll have to dodge the numerous livestock. Aside from that, vicious winds and heavy snowfall often affect the region. Russian-Siberian Road to Yakutsk. This is the official federal government highway to Yakutsk, and it is also the only one to get there. As there are no other roads, the intrepid motorists are doomed to wallow in this dirt, or wait in a week-long 100 kilometers car lineup. They say women even gave birth while they were waiting. This can turn into a major humanitarian disaster during rainy spells, when the usual clay covering of the road turns into impassable mud blanket, swallowing trucks and tractors alike. In the meantime, the city has to partly airlift food products. Stelvio Pass, Italy. At 9,045 feet up the Alps, the Stelvio Pass is one of the most scenic drives in the world. The views are immense and insane, but appreciating those vistas may cost you. The 180-degree corners are dangerous, the concrete barriers low, and winter brings icy roads and slick conditions. One wrong move could send you over the cliffs. Kabul-Jalalabad Highway, Afghanistan. Located in the Valley of Death, this notorious road is highly trafficked by the Taliban and attacks are de rigueur, so don't expect an easy breezy drive. Even still, the narrow mountain passes that always seem to be full of oversized freight trucks are just as frightening. The way to Fairy Meadows, Pakistan. Although it may sound harmless, the way to Fairy Meadows has nothing to do with pixie dust or fairies and is basically a typical mountainside dirt trail. It is actually an extremely narrow and dangerous 10-kilometer stretch of road that leads to Nanga Parbat, or the Killer Mountain in Pakistan. Fairy Meadows is a nearby valley with serene views of the huge mountain. The gravel road has not undergone any repair since it was built. Old Yungas Road, Bolivia. We'd rather hitchhike the highway to hell than take our chances on Old Yungas Road, aka the Death Road, considered the most dangerous in the world. The 40-mile stretch linking La Paz to Coroico hugs cliffs that overlook a sprawling canyon and features so many sharp turns that you'd think drivers would putter along at 10 miles an hour rather than take a chance. They don't. More than 200 people a year fall to their death in trucks, cars and public buses. Hi guys! The times when knights fought in tournaments to win the heart of a fair lady are long gone now. And although many girls would think that's sad, actually there's no reason for remorse. Yeah, it all seems so beautiful and romantic, but in reality a medieval knight would be of no interest to a modern lady at all. Should a modern woman meet a real knight, she would probably be filled with horror. You don't believe us? Well, here are 10 terrifying facts about medieval knights. Let's get it on. To begin with, knights were of a short height. Yes, that's a proven fact. At the end of the 14th century, the average height of a knight barely exceeded 1.6 meters. Of course, not only knights were short, everyone was a little bit dwarfish at that time. In our days, the standard of beauty is a well-groomed, clean face. Think for instance of those perfect faces in commercials. But you wouldn't believe how a medieval knight's face looked like. It was not only unshaved and dirty, but often also pockmarked, since almost everyone was suffering from this disease at that time in Europe. Still, it's nothing compared to what we're about to tell you. Under the heavy armor, in the entangled, dirty hair, and in the folds of their clothes, there were swarms of disgusting lice and fleas. As we all know, there were no bathhouses in medieval Europe, and knights took showers only, good lord, 3 times a year. There is even more. Their messy beards were filled with the remains of food and God knows what else. Romantic, isn't it? Let's move to the kisses. Imagine the smell of a knight's mouth when his favourite snack was garlic, which was widely used for disinfection. Consider also the fact that back then, no one brushed their teeth. You wouldn't even want to go near that handsome man, let alone kiss him. Although you know different strokes for different folks. By the age of 25, knights had already a pretty impressive lack of teeth, so it is most likely that they were awfully lisping while talking. While on campaign, knights were encased in armor 24/7, and no matter how hard they tried, it was physically impossible to remove it without somebody's assistance. And even in that case, it took about an hour to put it on or take it off. So guess where a gentle knight was forced to eat himself? Yeah, right there, straight off. Okay, moving on. Middle Ages archives gives us tons of evidence that a women's life back then wasn't exactly a picnic. It was common amongst the gentle knights to rape village virgins during the Crusades, and the more women a knight won, the more respect he got from his comrades. Oh, we can already see a lot of comments on this one. Well, never mind, moving on. And what about the fairy lady? From a modern point of view, the attitude of medieval knights towards women was more than rude, and their opinions and desires were not considered at all. Well, as it has always been. A knight's idea of protecting a lady's honour was quite peculiar. Every single one of them considered necessary to win over the lady of his sword's brother. Every single one of them considered necessary to win over the lady of his sword's brother. And obviously, nobody cared about the woman's opinion. The winner of the showdown automatically would get her, like a trophy of some sort. So think twice before sighing about those romantic times, and stop taking on trust all that rubbish you see in movies about medieval knights. And guys, make sure your girlfriends have seen this video, and let them know that a real bird in the hand is better than a medieval knight. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.
Listen up, babies! Life's not fair. You get no say in the world you're born into. You don't decide your name. You don't decide where you come from. You don't decide if you have a place to call home, or if your whole family